Hello, I'm Brandon. Let's get started. For over 100 years, the Tour de France has been plagued with riders trying to find substitutes not only alleviate the pains of riding, but to give them the edge over other people. To give you an instance, cycling in the 4 Grand Tours, you encompass about 2,200 miles in 20 days. The longest ride is 148 miles in 1 day, holding about 30 miles an hour. The longest climb is the Alpe d'Huez in Switzerland, which is 6,900 feet. You basically have to take your bike up that hill. Cheating in cycling used to be limited to amphetamines, basically speed, cocaine, just to alleviate the pain. Then they started finding something that gave them the edge. This edge that they found was called erythropoietin. Erythropoietin is or EPO, is a blood doping process where you artificially insert it into your skin, and what it does is it puts a steroid into your skin and tells you to create blood cells. More blood cells means more oxygen to your blood. More oxygen means more power in your muscles. With all the controversies surrounding the cycling world, 200 professional cyclists have been arrested in France in the last 10 years and jailed. It is unheard of for the winner to be so vastly physiologically superior without drugs that he overcomes whatever benefit the drug provides to his rivals. This can be the case, however, because the physiological difference between the clean winner and a dirty loser are greater than the improvement provided by doping. The 7 consecutive years Lance Armstrong won the Tour de France showed some of the largest margins of the victory in Tour history. Some say that this could only be achieved by the use of artificial steroids and illegal substances. However, others believe that these victories were achieved through sheer training, genetic anomalies, and bicycle research and development. Today I will be arguing for the latter of the two. Lance has been accused of doping since the beginning of his career, but as a result he still maintains the title of the greatest rider ever, and recently acquired the title of most tested man in the world with an interview on BBC. In 2005, Edward F. Coyle, professor at the Human Performance Laboratory in the Department of Kinesiology and Health Education at the University of Texas in Austin, did a study known as Improved Muscle Efficiency Displayed as Tour de France Champion Matures, and that was in June 2005 in the Journal of Applied Physiology. This study showed that Lance's VO2 max, which is the amount of oxygen your body absorbs when you're riding, is at 83 milliliters per kilogram of body weight, which is essentially unheard of, and generates 500 watts of power. To give you, for instance, the normal rider, well, myself, I ride, and I'm very average, 45 milliliters per kilogram. So basically, he's creating 83 milligrams of oxygen per kilogram of blood, and the average male rider is only doing about 45 at 250 watts of power, which is essentially a 45% gain. His study also showed that Lance's heart is a third more efficient than the average human. His heart pumps out 9 gallons of blood per minute at a maximum heart rate of 215 beats per minute. The average person only pumps out 5 gallons of blood at an average of 195 beats per minute. This is also another 30% gain for having a 1/3 large, or 1/3%, 33% large heart. Also in the study by Professor Coyle, it was realized that Lance creates less lactic acid when he rides. Lactic acid is what happens when you run for too long of a time and your body essentially shuts down. It's that burn when you feel. His body, in fact, creates less, and when he does create it, he gets rid of it more efficiently. My second topic is technology through bicycle research and development. Lance's bike, Trek, his supplier, is at the forefront of bicycle technology. Made of aerospace-grade carbon, his bike frame weighs 3 pounds, which is lighter than half your guys' books that you carry around for school. His complete bike weighs 13.75 pounds, half an ounce higher than the limit. The team also borrows other technology from aerospace sector. All of Lance's equipment is wind tunnel tested to achieve and minimize drag that might be created through testing. In the 2005 time trials, he wore a helmet that was so tested that it shaved off 23 seconds in the wind tunnel, which is a lot. Also, the fabric that he wears when he rides has dimples on the back. They took that from golf ball technology. When you have golf balls, you want to go farther, so they put the dimples to create a low pressure zone. The low pressure zone makes it go farther because it deflects oxygen. This, in fact, they do that on his jerseys, therefore creates less, he has less drag. My third topic, and last, is training and coaching tactics. In the same study by Professor Coyle, it was discovered that through high-intensity endurance training and low-intensity training, meaning sprints and endurance, that Lance actually increases muscle efficiency by 8%. He is actually the only human ever in the world in history of science, well, that they've recorded, that has ever changed. They thought that your muscles were, you were born like that. In fact, he actually trained and brought his efficiency up by 8%, which they translate to about 3 minutes in anywhere. This gain is due to a high cadence, or pedaling revolutions per minute, that he rides. Most riders, including Lance at 21 years old, used fast twitch muscles, which were good for sprinting. Lance actually trained in such a way that some of his fast twitch muscles converted to the other type, which is slow twitch muscle, and more endurance. My conclusion. In a sport where a margin of victory is seconds, an edge can spell the difference between winning and losing. However, the edge is not always a legal substance. In Armstrong's case, the edge is a genetic makeup, and countless hours of his team spends testing his rig. With over 200 riders getting caught in the last 10 years using either EPO or some kind of drug, it is impossible that Lance, the most tested man in the world, could have lucked out that many times. The victories and margins of victories were in fact of his own accord.